me it's about the sense of adventure, going off to play and getting out playing with friends, exploring new places. There's just so many places to explore. So we're going up to Loch Ard, which is a beautiful place and just 5 minutes down the road from where we are. My parents took me for the dreaded Sunday afternoon walks when we were small, but it wasn't really till I went to university that I decided that I just really enjoyed getting out and exploring places and having adventures. So this is Loch Ard. I love it here, it's a brilliant place to come. As you can see, it's got Ben Lomond behind, and then it's just got the trees. On a still day, it's absolutely amazing with the reflections, but even in this weather, just with a bit of a breeze, it's lovely just to paddle along it, go for a little explore. There's so many little kind of inlets and places you can tuck in and see what you can find. Sea kayaking is a very soulful way to travel. You can just paddle and keep paddling, and it's amazing the number of things you see because you're quiet, there's no motor, and wildlife isn't expecting to see you. The birds are really curious about sea kayak, so they sometimes come and see and sort of swoop overhead. There's a real feeling of being out and at one, and part of the surroundings, part of the nature, part of the place. So I'm from England originally, as you can probably tell from my accent, but I'm in the south of England. It's just a bit too flat. So I moved to Wales for a bit, and Wales is beautiful, and then I moved up to Scotland, and there's just so many places to play. So I work at Ardroy Outdoor Education Centre in Loch Head. So I used to be an instructor, and I love taking people into the outdoors and trying to show why I love it. Some kids have never been outside the town before, and that's a real challenge for them to be in a new place and be where they're really out of their comfort zone. But it's such an amazing experience when they do something that they didn't think they could do, or they see something new and they learn more about themselves. It's just really, really good to see them develop like that. And this is one of the places I come out running. It's amazing the view you get out over, and then out to the hills, out to Ben Lomond, and just all the trees. And again, at different seasons, different times of the year, it's just so different each time I come. So last year, a group of us swam across Loch Lomond. So we set off from Balmaha. It's just a group of people I met on Facebook, so I'd never met them before, but turned up in a car park at Balmaha, kitted up with wetsuits, and started swimming across, so island hopping the whole way. So there's no gap more than about 400 or 500 metres, so just swim across, wander across the island, swim across the next gap. It's about 6 or 7 islands to get across the other side. Got across the other side and then sat there going, and now we need to swim back. So swam back. It was, again, quite a big day. It was amazing. It was really good banter. We just had such a good time, and stopped at the pub and had a big meal on the way back as well. So it was a really good day out, really good adventure. This is probably my favourite place in Loch Ard. It's just such a magic place with the waterfall and the pool, and it's a real freedom to just going and getting in the water and choosing where you go, choosing how far you swim, choosing kind of what length you do. That's a brilliant way to explore places and kind of see places from a different angle. So I've been on the mountain rescue team for about 5 years. It's a great feeling about helping people, really nice group of people to work with. The situation we've been called to, we know there's a hill race, there's potentially somebody up there hurt, so that's all we really know at the moment. Report of a lower leg injury, so we're just taking kit that we might need and just heading up the hill with those. There's been days out, particularly searching through the night, searching in rain, searching in winter conditions, and there is no easy way through it. You just get down and you rely on your team and get through it. We've got 2 dogs out searching. The dogs are amazing. The dogs are really, really good at finding them. So they've gone on ahead, and we're heading out to look and see what we find, and then we can deal with it. So all this training, it's really essential. When we're out on the hill, we need it to work. So we need to know different people's skills, different people's capabilities. We need to really trust each other. We've come up the hill and we have Donald, who has a fractured femur, so the top bone in the thigh is broken and it's sticking out, so that's quite nasty. It's a really nasty injury. Usually we'd be getting a helicopter if we could to evacuate him. Any big injury like that we assume there's been a big impact, so we're treating it as a full spinal injury. So we've got a collar on, we'll put him in a vacuum mat which will keep his whole spine immobilised. And then we've put a splint onto his leg, so that's a traction splint, so one that pulls the bone apart, and that will reduce the pain a lot and reduce the bleeding and stabilise it while we're in transit. We've then got another team who are then sorting out the stretcher, and we're going to be using ropes. Obviously it's a steep slope, we can't just carry it down here, so we've got some guys up looking for anchors to tie the ropes to. We'll attach the anchors to the stretcher. And just use that to lower it down the hill. Probably on this ground we can kind of slide it down the grassy terrain, down to the track at the bottom.
Does that feel, Donald, okay?
I think children have this kind of innate sense of play, and I think it's really easy to lose that as you get older and get sort of pressure about money or housing or jobs to kind of let that overtake some of the adventure and some of the exploring. Just having the opportunity to come out and play and explore the park, for me it's just such an amazing thing to do that I think it's really important for me to keep going out and keep playing. And it doesn't matter how old you are, just keeping getting out there.